Howdy, Pete. We turn down this TV. Out here watching the Gators absolutely annihilate Michigan, which is hard for me to say, but I did pick the Gators. I'm not sure that I guess for one day I so pulled for them because I cannot stand Jim Harbaugh or the Michigan Wolverine at all. So, Dan Mullen, 10-3 season, brother. You're going to have to get through the Dogs to get back to Atlanta. That's the funny thing. You're playing in that same dome we've been playing in lately. You're having better luck than we have. There you go. A freaking Dawg is congratulating the Gators. You know I'm not really saying that. 41-15 Gators. The last I looked, I'm not sure what the score, but South Carolina, as Spa Dog says, the game Cougs were getting spanked. Last time I saw it was like 21-0. And the University of Virginia Cavaliers is an awful football team. So thanks, Cougs, for representing the SEC East the way you are. Of course, the big ones are today. Cotton Bowl coming up here shortly. Just wanted to, quick shout out. Got my Rose Bowl shirt on from last year. I don't think I've worn it since then. It is the bowl season, so why not wear it? There they are warming up. But Notre Dame's wearing white jerseys. I thought they were going to wear those funky green jerseys. Hold on, bear with me. I'm on Roku on my phone trying to turn this thing down. All right, there we go. Clemson and Notre Dame out there warming up on the field. We're getting to play in Jerry World. Quite an experience. I love how this thing's tilted. It's all, the setup's always a work in progress. We have that one picture holder thing that's perfect and for some reason can never find it. Thought Grego Dawg was going to get here in time to do this little show. We'll do another one. Probably halftime of the Cotton Bowl. It'll be getting close to dark, and a lot of you have seen I do have a pretty silly new dog attire I can put on for a show a little bit later when the libations are a little bit heavier. But hey, Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy New Year. This is a great day. It's so strange after experiencing this in person last year and now watching it on TV. It's really something to be able to to be there, to know how it feels, and now watch it on TV. It's a pretty surreal deal. It is weird how they're playing, ahead of the New Year's Day games this year. And just like Florida actually played the New Year's 6 game on December the 29th. So I guess it's all about the logistics, whatever it is. But hey, it's the last Saturday of college football, basically. Yeah, absolutely it is, because the caller on the line. Caller on the line.
It's a sad occasion. It's the last Dawg live in the season.
Well, I don't know that you can say that.
Well, if you're going to do another one, then it ain't a sad occasion.
Do you think I'm not going to do something for the Sugar Bowl? I'm sure we're not going to have a party because that freaking game's not going to kick off till 9 o'clock at night. But
I know, man, isn't that crazy? Yeah, y'all do.
No, you know it.
They didn't make a big thing about the games outside of today on Sports Center. I wonder if they're doing a show or something on New Year's Day. I don't know.
That is exactly what Don and I were talking about, how they didn't pick any of the games outside of the Florida one in the New Year's 6. So my guess is there's going to be a game day on New Year's Day.
I would think you're right. I mean, there's a bunch of games played that day.
Yeah, I meant to actually Google it. All you got to do is Google game day, but I never got around to it. So somebody out there Google game day on New Year's Day. See what we got. But just sitting out here chilling, getting ready.
Yeah. Well, this is my worst performance in bowl season in about 20 years, man. I picked just about all the losers.
Yeah, I got to update mine because we were pretty close race with me and my nephew Thomas. Matter of fact, I know that now he's got a 1-game lead on me because he did have Michigan and I had the Gators. So he's a game ahead of me, and I don't know how many you know, other games we have differently because that's the only way to catch someone, of course, is having different teams. So we'll see.
Right.
But
I lost track of what mine was. Let me see. I can't even. I
think
go back and count it up by hand here.
Yeah, I'm 16-7 right now. I did it a while ago.
That's pretty good.
You have to say you never won.
Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Of course, we lost game kooks. I'm 16-8. Sorry, I'm 16-8 by the way.
Yeah, I think I've only got 12 wins. That just tells you how pitiful I am.
And then Logan, you know, I picked with Logan that makes all my cups, and let me, of course, do what we usually do. This awesome Sugar Bowl cup. Y'all see that on the screen. You know, hers are against.
13 wins.
Okay, hers are against the spread and all these over and unders, and I don't even know where we stand. I know we were doing really pretty good for a while. But.
Those are hard, man. The spreads aren't so hard. The over under, I think, is a harder pick. That's just, you know.
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. I mean, I remember years ago when I actually bet money on football. That was tough. That was tough.
Yeah. So I got one for you. Did you hear that Herb Street's sons are preferred walk-ons at Clemson next year?
Dawn's shaking her head. Yes, I have not.
He announced it today on game day.
He must have announced. I didn't watch much of game day, man. I was out running errands and whatnot.
Yeah, they played. You know, we lived in Nashville for 7 years, and there's a good private school up there, boys' school called Montgomery Bell Academy. They have a good football program, and his sons played there. One was like I think one's a linebacker, maybe one's a receiver. But yeah, they're preferred walk-ons, and there's a little write-up. If you look around for it long enough, you'll find it.
Right.
He talked about the culture at Clemson and how he thinks it's just a great fit, blah, blah, blah. Of course, he lives in Nashville, so
yeah.
You know, he's not all that terribly far away from.
Yeah, they had a. I did see a pretty good segment on Dabo on game day today.
Yeah.
And we were texting last night, and I'm saying how I'm not a Clemson fan, and I'm not. There's just something about football teams that wear orange that I just can't deal with. I don't know. But you know.
Right. We're in the brotherhood for an orange-free world.
But he has built that program, you know, unbelievably. And it'll be interesting to see when the GOAT retires in Tuscaloosa if they go after Dabo. I bet you might, you know what they do.
I think you're right, but I do not think he's going to go. I could be wrong. I often am. I just think he's been there a long time. I mean, a long time. And, you know, he built that program up from nothing. And, I mean, once he got the game by going to Alabama, okay, you know, it's his alma mater.
Right.
I don't think he's got anything to prove. He's got too much going for him. He's got good. They're recruiting like crazy, man. They're getting good athletes. So,
I know it. And they've gotten two, as we all know, two unbelievable quarterbacks out of the state of Georgia, being Deshaun Watson and now Trevor Lawrence. As a matter of fact, we talked about that when Rick could not get Deshaun Watson to Athens, that was the start of his demise, no question. So.
Well, you know, I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what your view was, and you got more of the inside scoop just being in the state than me, but everything that I was getting was Rick wasn't really trying real hard to get Deshaun Watson. He wasn't putting a full court press on him or anything.
No, not really.
I mean,
not really.
He was good then, and he barely. I mean, we were like the runner-up by a long distance.
Right.
It was Clemson pretty much all the way.
Yeah, and so was Trevor Lawrence. But you know, of course, Trevor Lawrence knew that there was Justin Fields and Jake Fromm in the fold too. But I mean, you know, some of these kids grow up being Clemson fans, and that's fine. I mean, you know, you can't get everybody out of your home state.
Yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence was just. I think he was a little smarter. I think if the situation of Clemson's quarterback situation had been Georgia's situation, I'll bet you money Trevor Lawrence would have gone to Georgia. He's a smart kid. He's probably got a smart family. They looked at it and they thought, you know, I got a better chance of playing. Of course, he didn't know either. He he didn't know that
Kelly Bryant.
the dude that went back to Washington was going to end up leaving.
Right, and plus
He
the
didn't have
fact,
all that. He just looked at it and thought, they're stacked, man. And, you know, I could go to Clemson and all I got to do is just wait for my opportunity. I think his opportunity came sooner than he thought it would, but he's the real deal, man. I wish we had him.
oh yeah, I mean, it's, you know, he knew he had to beat out Kelly Bryant and all that kind of stuff. Be interesting to see where all these guys end up. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it because you and I both don't really get into all the transferring and people not playing in bowl games. I know I'm old school and I know all the dynamics of it. I'm not going to get all. I've been into arguments with people for a week on Facebook about all that, but you know, it is what it is.
Same camp as you, man.
It is what it is, you know.
I don't like it. I'll tell you this on that topic. I read this morning. Jalen Hurts has applied for graduate school at Alabama.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Interesting.
Isn't that interesting? I couldn't agree with you more. I read that and I said, are you kidding me? You must be kidding me.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I guess there is a little loyalty out there, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it this way, if he stays and gets a little opportunity here or there or whatever, I mean, he will never, ever have to buy another drink in the state of Alabama for the rest of his life.
Of course not.
Plus the fact if he has a grad degree.
He's got a grad degree, and it could also be a grad transfer and play somewhere else. I don't think the kid's going to play in the NFL. I don't think he's big enough, is he? About 6 foot, maybe? I don't know.
I don't think he'll play quarterback in the NFL. I think he could probably come in and, you know, maybe be a slot receiver,
Yeah.
do a little running back type stuff. I don't think he's got it to be a quarterback in the NFL now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I read in the paper today about Isaac Nauta and McCole Hardman are not saying yes or no, which usually that means that they're going. But hey, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, it sounds like Dawn and I are up on the news pretty good here today, and I don't know, Dawn, if you heard this, but I heard something that said the projections. It was Chip Towers, and the projections for both Nauta and Hardman were after the third round.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh,
If that's the case, is Dawn still there? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
If that's the case, they'd be crazy to go if it's going to be after the third round. Stick around another year.
Right.
Draft stock up.
Absolutely.
Come on, Daddy-O.
And they both need that. I mean, Nauta, we all know Nauta's going to be great because of his size and skills, but he's got to catch more passes, and he did a lot more of that this year, and I know Chaney will incorporate more of that next year, you know. So I agree with you tremendously. I think if somebody goes, it might be Ridley, and I sure hope he don't go. My gosh, we need him one more year.
Well, I agree there. And I did not hear, interesting, I don't remember, there was Chip Towers and Mike Griffin. They were doing like a Dawg Nation live thing from wherever, practice field or what have you. I don't remember them commenting on Ridley. That would be interesting. I don't know where he's going to be. I think he could use another year, but, you know, who knows? I wish these guys would stick around. They stick around, we're going to be hard team to beat next year.
I think Ridley's going to stick around. He's got his brother who's covering. I mean, I know a lot of these guys that make this decision after watching everything today and all this week, they're making it on simply finances. Even if you can get a $500,000 signing bonus, it's a make or break for some of these guys. Ridley's got his brother who's in the NFL, so he's taken all the pressure off that family and off of him to have to commit.
Hey.
Well, that's a really good point, though. Hey, did Calvin Ridley, did he go early or did he stay 4 years at Alabama?
I'm pretty sure he left early, and I'm going to give you a little more tidbit on this whole situation. Is my physical therapist, Mike Hayden, also works in Athens and has a lot of ties with the university. I did not realize that those kids grew up in a foster home. I had no earthly idea. Down there in South Florida. Yep. Pretty interesting. So,
I had no idea. That's crazy.
Yep.
But I'm thinking Big Brother says, finish it, get your education, get it. I got us covered. We're good.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, Calvin had a heck of a year for the Falcons, but I'm going to tell you, Riley Ridley, to me, it can certainly be better because he's so much bigger.
Yeah.
You know, and I want him back next year. I mean, he has come on. He's one of my favorite players, and if he stays another year, man, he could be unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I agree with you.
And I don't think Nada has the name recognition to lead this year.
I don't think Nada would. If we beat Texas handily, which I think we will, you know, I know they got to be politically correct, which Kirby said in the newspaper today about, you know, what I support whatever you want to do or whatever's best. But he's going to be in their ear saying, man, come on, guys, look what we've got. Look what's coming back. Look at the recruiting class we just signed. We're going to win it all next year. I mean, come on. You know? Or have a chance to win it all. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but you know what I'm saying.
I just think Nada could use another year of spotlight. He's already proved that he's a great receiver and he's a great blocker. And, I mean, if you were as good as him and you were told you might go in the 4th round, what would you be thinking? I'd think, that's young. You know, let's stick around another year.
Right. The only thing is the injury thing, but my gosh, injuries are going to happen regardless. That's what blows my mind about all this not playing and whatever kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm with you. If it was me, I'd stay. I mean, I think he's from a pretty wealthy family, if I'm thinking correctly.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
You're right. I
so.
just looked at Calvin. He left early.
Yeah, I thought he did. I thought he did.
Foregone his senior year.
Yeah, I thought so.
But that had to be a big financial pressure for him.
I mean, he was a first-round Falcons pick, our first pick.
And that's almost where you want, and I don't want college kids to be paid, but it's almost where you want the college kids to be paid. Somehow,
that's
so
another
they
story
don't
for another
have all
day.
that pressure on them to finish it. I mean, if you're going to go to a college and you're going to commit, you commit for 4 years, period. You get your education, we're going to pay for your education, and if you stink, too bad. If you want to go pro and you don't want to go to college, that's a whole different path. Kind of like the baseball association set up, one way or the other. So commit one way or the other.
Well, all the kids agree, but when they sign these signing days that we all watch, some of them are just ridiculously stupid, but they all say, for the next 3 or 4 years, I'm going to go to blah, blah, blah.
And that's baloney. We didn't used to do that.
Well, it is what it is, man. I mean, that's unfortunate. So, yep.
Yeah, I don't like it. You know, the crazy thing is, and y'all know this because you lived it, the very first player that went after 3 years was Herschel Walker.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's what started the whole thing. And guess
I
what?
think,
President Trump was his man.
But I think...
That's right. He was the boss man. That's right.
But I think if you commit for your senior year, you're there all year. You play every single game. If it's a bowl game, a playoff game, or whatever, you have committed for the year.
It ain't gonna happen.
If you're going to do junior year, you've committed to every single game in the junior year. For them to back out last minute, believe me, I get it when you've got huge finances on the line. But they've got to have a make or break decision. I mean, it's ridiculous for them to go, no, not playing that game.
Well, you know what? I agree, and I look at it this way. The bigger thing, I mean, football is a team sport, and I just look at it as like, these are my teammates. If I'm the superstar player that makes a huge difference in the game, and I'm going to not play for my career, that just sucks.
I know, that's what...
There's other guys on that team that don't have a chance of making it to the pros.
Right.
This is it for them. This is a big life event.
Right.
I just think play the game.
That's
play
what
the game. Just play the game, and you can get their insurance policies for that kind of stuff. And maybe the NCAA needs to let schools pay for an insurance policy for kids so that they, have a chunk of change if they do get a career-ending injury or something like that. But I think they should play. I agree.
I mean, I think commit all the way or not. I mean, you have to play every game.
Yeah. All right, let's switch gears, man. Enough about that.
Okay.
The game's coming on here soon. What's your takes on? You like me think this first game could be competitive?
Well, there's this big hog. You heard about the steroid thing.
Dexter Lawrence is not playing.
The
Yeah.
guy sat down. One is a stud starter, number 90. He's a beast.
Dexter Lawrence is out.
He's out, and he's huge.
Yep.
I mean,
First round draft pick.
huge difference maker. And Notre Dame's got a pretty good running back. I think with him out, Notre Dame is going to make this. I still think Clemson's going to win, but I think it's going to be a tight game. I don't think it's going to be any two-score type of deal or anything. I think it's going to be probably a really good game, and I think Alabama is going to absolutely embarrass Oklahoma. I think they're going to crush them.
You know, I'll go back and forth, and they probably will, but I'm almost to the point where I pick both favorites, but just as a pure, don't have a dog in the hunt football fan, and if I'm about to decide I'm going to pull for both freaking underdogs. I mean, I don't have any ties to Clemson or Alabama. I mean, I hate Alabama like I hate, Florida, whoever. I mean, so
I'd be fine with Alabama getting knocked off. I don't see it, man.
No, I don't either. With having the 3 weeks off, and you give the goat or Satan, whatever you want to call him, that much time, just like he did against us last year, and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, well, I'd be fine with both Alabama and Clemson losing, to be completely honest with you, because we can really compete with both of those programs for players now. I mean,
absolutely.
We're up there with them, and them winning helps their recruiting, and them losing doesn't help their recruiting. So that'd be fine with them losing.
And I'm kind of a SEC homer like my dad, pulling for the SEC. But you know what? I'm a little bit tired of Alabama winning it. So,
Well, I'm especially tired of them winning the last 3 ways. The last 3 games they played us, the way they won. I mean, come on.
Yep. Exactly.
Rewriting the script.
But it will be both games. Hopefully, both games will be better than advertised as far as the point spread, and I think they will. I mean, Kyler Murray, man, these kind of quarterbacks, that's what I keep talking about. They're the ones that have given Alabama trouble over the years, So we'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. All I know is today the Gamecocks completely embarrassed themselves, and I love it.
What was the final score in that stupid game?
It was scoreless. They did not score. Let's see.
Oh my God!
Hang on, I got it right here.
Last time I looked, it was 21-0.
28 Zippola.
That is disgusting.
That's pathetic.
They scored like 35 points on Clemson, for gosh sakes. Wow.
I know. They just didn't show up, and you know what? That's coaching, buddy.
Yep. Will Muschamp. Thank goodness he's not in Athens. Absolutely not.
Well, I mean, the theory that he's a double odd agent. He went to Florida and ruined them. Then he went over and hung out at Auburn for a year. Didn't do them any good. Their defense wasn't all that good when he was there. Then now he's over in South Carolina. We just need to get him over to Tennessee. Just run the gamut.
I'm not too worried about Tennessee, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Well, we can send it to Alabama too.
Oh, I know. But there's no doubt the team's going to challenge us sooner than later. We just saw them beat the stew out of Michigan. There ain't no doubt about it. So.
Yeah, he can recruit, and it's Florida, man. Kids want to play there, so they got a good history since Spurrier took them from the doormat. But gosh, I hate Florida with a passion. I can't stand it.
Well, I don't know if you watched me when I opened the show. I was talking about how I was comically pulled for him. I did pick him in the contest, but as we've been silly texting each other for 2 days about Jim Harbaugh, that dude gets under my freaking skin. I couldn't pull for him against nobody.
Yeah, it's hard to. I couldn't agree with you more. Hey, did you like that when I sent you about Philippe Franks looking like Borat?
And then your next one was lanky goofy or something. Yeah.
He's a lanky doofus.
I tell you what, he played a heck of a game. I was surprised. He played a heck of a game.
Yeah. No, they played well, That was a good ball game. I mean, I enjoyed it. I can't stand Florida.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine there for quite a while, but we'll see.
Well, if anybody's going to come up in the East and threaten us, it's them.
Well, no doubt.
I mean, shoot, they're ranked 10th right now. Where's their recruiting class? Have y'all been paying attention to that?
It's good. I think we jumped A&M, didn't we, to go to 2.
Yeah.
And Alabama, of course, 1. Florida was definitely in the top 10. I don't remember where. Maybe 5 or 6, somewhere in there. Because they got that. I watched it. They got that trio from Lakeland. Because I traveled to Lakeland, Florida, which is not far from Gainesville. And they got 3 of them from that same high school signed right there together. That was pretty cool. But,
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I know this. Here's another one for you. Our boy Mark Rick, he'll be lucky to last another year in Miami.
Oh, yeah. We've been texting about that and back and forth on Facebook. Yeah, Miami and FSU, unlike Florida to me, they are both train wrecks. They are train wrecks.
I agree. And Miami, their recruiting, they were something. I mean, their number was ridiculous. Like 50th in the country or something was their ranking on early Saturday.
Hey, while I got it on my mind, I am going to give a shout out to my boy Mike King, who's a loyal fan, DDL watcher, about Baker. We weren't happy about Baker. Me and him got into a little, not a fight or an argument, but he says, man, he is going to continue to tell those kids, because he's from South Florida, he's going to recruit. He's going to be at the game, which now I'm glad he is. He's going to be like a coach. He's going to be like a coach to the DBs that are playing. And Mike says he's going to continue to help recruit down there in South Florida, which is freaking awesome. Absolutely. So kudos to you, Mike.
I think there's a psychology to the whole thing, and we're seeing it as purists. I mean, we're just football fans.
We're old school, yes, absolutely.
We got a good player, and we need him, and he's not playing, and he's betraying the team, and it's easy to see it that way. The other way is to try to look at it through Kirby's eyes, and here's Kirby's view, I believe. Kirby's view is, if I make a stand and say he's not a team player, I just cut ties with a celebrity because he's,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
got all this attention, he's going to go in the first round. That's bad for recruiting. That's bad for Georgia.
Yeah.
If he says, we support him, we wish him well, that tells all these kids, especially these 5-stars and these 4-stars,
Yeah.
that want to go to the NFL, Kirby Smart will support me to reach my dreams.
Exactly.
And you know what? That's a smart play on Kirby's part. I don't so much love it, but it makes sense.
No, it does. And the more I thought about it, again, being as old as I am, old school, whatever you want to call it, but I've always understood the dynamics of it. And now the more I think about it, it is what it is. We can't change it. As much as we don't like it or whatever, we can't change it. So let it roll, let it roll.
Well, I will say, like you were saying a second ago, Brett, I do like that Baker is going to be there, as an informal coach for the younger players. I like that. He's, that's better than him just going, I'm heading to training for the combine.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
I'll give him that credit. That's good. I still wish he was playing. If he was
And hey,
playing,
and another thought.
Texas got some good receivers, man. I mean,
Oh, yeah. But another thought about Baker is he could have left last year. He came back. He did just like Shelby Michelle. He came back. So, yeah.
right.
Yeah. It all makes sense now, But you just...
Anyway, it should be interesting. Well, so you think you're going to do a DDL on New Year's?
Yeah, I would imagine so, absolutely, at some point, yes.
All right, okay. Well,
And Grego hadn't gotten here yet, so we'll probably do something later on tonight. I'm not sure when. It'll be a halftime of this game or next game or whatever. We'll probably do something later on. Just have some fun.
Well, I'll be sitting there in church with the phone. You can text me updates. Believe me, I looked at the schedule because we have a schedule. We're on the prayer team and we serve about once, twice a month. And during football season, I don't serve. I'm not available.
Right.
They sound bad, but that's just...
No, I know. I know.
Look at the schedule. If we're playing somebody really crappy, I might say I'm available. But I just wasn't thinking about these games.
Right.
I just wasn't thinking. And also looked at the schedule yesterday and went, dang, we're serving tomorrow night. There won't hardly be anybody there
you have a kid at Clemson, right?
I do.
So there you go. Yeah, it's all good. You'll be back in time for the other game. I'll be good.
I hope so.
Hey, another interesting thing I just noticed.
Tell me what's going on. I'll put it on you. Pick them up along the way.
Sean McDonough and Todd Blackley is one of my favorite crews. They're doing the Cotton Bowl, and they're going to turn around and do our game Tuesday. That's pretty cool. Good deal.
Good. I
Yep.
like them. I think they do a good job. When he was at CBS, I thought he used to do that food thing.
Yep.
He'd go different places and different college towns. And, I thought he was great.
And I was at the Sugar Bowl when he ripped our hearts out. So,
Man,
yeah.
I remember that. He was cocky. I remember before the game, he introduced his line, his offensive line, and he said, "This is the line that's going to stick it to the Georgia Bulldogs." And I said,
Yep.
"All right, Yankee, we're going to put it down your throat. Dang if he didn't beat us."
27-24. I was there with my brother. I'll never forget it. Never forget it. Herschel Walker should have won at least 2 Heismans, if not 3. But, hey, that's all good said and done.
I know.
All said good now.
But you remember the other really good quarterback that beat us in that little stretch run was
Dan Marino.
Oh gosh, Miami. You know, he played for Pitt.
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino.
Yeah.
When Marino threaded the needle on us, beat us at the last minute or so. I think we were in the Sugar Bowl in that game too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's why, it's not the playoff or not where we want to be, but I'm glad to be back in that bowl. We haven't played there since 08, and we all know when we were there in 08, we beat Hawaii 41-10 or some crap. So
Yeah, that was a major shellacking.
Yep.
I miss the days of you win your conference, you go to the Sugar Bowl. I just always liked that. I mean, it's a different era now and everything,
But hey, before I let you go, didn't you say it's the site of the final next year, right?
that's what I read. I looked
Okay.
it up when you and I were going back and forth. So
Well.
whatever it was I told you with those 3 games was what I read online.
Well, I will be keeping my eyes and ears peeled, and the sooner it gets closer, I'll be making some hopeful travel plans. So.
You know, that would be an awesome party. I mean, come on, dude. New Orleans is not that terribly far away.
No.
Familiar territory.
And it's and in our lifetime, it's the site of the only time we've won it. So why not do it again? There you go.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm game. Sounds good.
All right, brother. I'm gonna get out of here and watch this game. You be good and holler at me later.
All right, love y'all. We'll talk to you later.
Love you, brother. See you.
See you, bye.
All right, fans. That was a Spy Dog sporting this Rose Bowl shirt. Let's go watch some great games. Hopefully, Cotton Bowl now. Orange tonight at 8. We'll be back at some point for a video of some kind. Y'all enjoy. Be safe. Love you as always. Watching, commenting, calling, what have you. Sick 'em dogs. Peace out.